Taurus Sun and Moon, and welcome to your 2022 yearly reading. Today we're going to break down your 2022 and see what it has in store for you. This is a reading I did for myself on my birthday to kind of get an idea of how my next year ahead was going to be. So how this will work is we'll get an Archetypes card to get an idea of your theme for 2022, and then we'll break it down into 4 different parts, our 4 quarters, and we'll get a tarot card to represent each quarter, and then we'll get a clarifying card from the Animal Spirit deck in order to clarify that card. So this reading I also call the Wild Unknown reading due to all the decks being made by Kim Krans. So let us get started. We'll get our Archetypes card first. Okay. So Archetypes deck, please give me the theme card for 2022 for Taurus, Sun and Moon. Theme card for Taurus 2022. One card, please. Top card? Okay, top card. The ocean. The ocean. Okay. Start with it there. So we've got this pretty kind of blue color. Kind of looks like there's an eye in there. Very interesting card. So our ocean card here. So our ocean is the big, like huge unconsciousness, right? That unconscious energy, that unconscious emotion. Our water is our emotions, right? So this is like that deep, deep well, that deep ocean through all the depths in the trenches, right? The deep oceanic trenches, all those pieces of ourself and like that human experience that can be exhibited by the ocean, right? So the rain, you think of a raindrop, right? The one raindrop connects back into the ocean and becomes part of the bigger whole. Each wave is just an expression, is individual, but an expression of the whole ocean at the same time, right? So this ocean energy, it feels like we are figuring out how to be part of the collective again, how to interact as a whole, and not focus just on the self, maybe on the our community, on the world, bigger energy, bigger pieces, right? Because we are all part of that ocean and that same piece, and figuring out all those ebbs and flows with it, right? So again, those deep emotional pieces where it's like the gentle lapping of the waves or a hurricane. Both energies exist at the same time, literally at the same time in the ocean, right? So you have a hurricane on one shore, on one part of the ocean, and then you have the gentle waves, almost still sea in a whole nother part. And all that exists simultaneously. And shows that full expression, that full range of the human experience through this ocean imagery here, right? So interesting theme for this year coming for you for Taurus for 2022. A lot of water energy, which is going to be kind of unusual for you as a earth energy here. But you're kind of reconnecting to those other parts of yourself here. So let us move into your quarters here. Let's break down the year a little bit more. We'll start with our tarot here. Let's get our first quarter. Okay. So, Wild Unknown, please give me the first quarter energy for Taurus for 2022. One card, first quarter for 2022 for Taurus. Up. Okay, we got... Let's just redo that. That was a little too much. We had cards that flipped and then cards that fell out. So one card, please. Taurus energy. Thank you. Daughter of Cups in reverse. Okay. That's talking still with that water energy here. We'll get our clarifying card now with our Animal Spirit deck for the first quarter. Animal Spirit deck, please give me clarification on the Daughter of Cups card for Taurus's first quarter of 2022. One card, please. One card, please. Thank you. The owl. Ooh. Okay. So we don't take reversals in the Animal Spirit deck, but so we've got some bird imagery here, right? So Daughter of Cups, we've got kind of the little baby swan here, and then we got the owl. So let's take a look here. Okay, Taurus. So it feels like for our first quarter here, we are kind of being thrown headfirst into this ocean energy here, right? So the cups in the tarot are representative of our emotional state, and the daughter in this case, our daughter of cups here, is a very gentle, kind of calm, easily scared creature, right? Our owl here, on the other hand, is kind of that more strong mental, kind of like magical, clairvoyant energy. So, what this kind of is reading to me, what it feels like, is that we are discovering kind of our abilities and our sensitivities as we're working through this ocean theme here of our 2022. So, we're really diving into our emotions and our intuition and our ability to empathize and sympathize and be in those emotions, right? But with that feeling of those emotions comes a lot of what's the word I want? It can be difficult sometimes because it's you end up so sensitive, right? If you're diving in headfirst into all your emotions and the steep well that is the ocean of full unconsciousness, right? You end up really sensitive at the same time because you're exposed to so much. And that's what this owl energy feels like it's clarifying here is that this process of discovery, process of learning and figuring out yourself for the daughter of cups here that's making you really really sensitive and easy to startle, easy to scare. Let's see. So it's like we're trying to stay calm and stay strong, right? But it's like if you're going through a difficult process here, it feels like in the first quarter of 2022 where you're just a little too sensitive. Everything hurts just a little bit more. Everything twinges a little bit. That's like extra sensitive to offhanded comments, right? Because you are going through this deep internal emotional process for the ocean and those deeper feelings, right? That deep unconscious piece, building that awareness and being part of the whole, right? So as you're working to be part of this bigger community, this bigger world, worldly energy, right? This ocean energy, there's a piece of being scared to be in it, right? We're not committing kind of with this daughter of cups energy. We're being a little bit more finicky. We're being a little standoffish to it. As we're figuring it out and trying to have this owl's eyes perspective, this bigger picture look at everything at the same time. We feel kind of like we're in like the darker side of the emotions a little bit here for like the beginning of 2022. Like we ended up down in one of the trenches here, right? Instead of like the pretty white sand beach, those different sides of the ocean, right? So we were kind of a little bit more gloomy, a little more reserved. We're extra sensitive. But what the owl clarifies through this process, right? The owl's talking about the ability, like that ability to see, that ability to perceive, and the great things that'll come out of this, right? So the energy, the great abilities and awareness that'll come through this whole process, right? So this is just the start of the year. This is those first 3 months, January, February, March, where we're just kind of like everything's just a little too much. It feels a little too sensitive, a little too hard. But you see why the process is happening for what it is through this owl energy. But let us get into the second quarter here and see how this energy progresses. So back to the tarot. So Wild Unknown, please give me the second quarter card for Taurus for 2022. Best. Ooh, Justice in reverse. Okay, so we're not quite out of it yet, it feels like. But let's just get our clarifying card. Okay, Animal Spirit, please give me the clarifying card for Justice for Taurus for 2022, second quarter. Clarifying card for Justice, please. Thank you. Earthworm. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so as we progress into our second quarter here, right? Keep in mind that we have free will, so this is just the energy I'm reading at the time for you, Taurus, and before 2022 starts. So we are kind of imbalanced at this point, right? So this is April, May, June, roughly here. So we have our Justice card in reverse here. So that is that like lack of balance, lack of justice, fairness in our lives, right? So we are struggling a bit for sure here because we feel very naive. That's kind of what this earthworm energy is talking about. Our Justice in reverse talks about that naivety a little bit, that obliviousness, which is mirrored by our earthworm card down here. Our earthworms don't have the eyes to see, right? So they're just slowly moving through the dirt, blindly kind of moving around, right? They build up awareness over time, but we are definitely, this sensitivity from the first quarter seems to kind of flow into the second part here, and we're not giving ourselves the balance we need and allowing ourselves to be new to the situation we're in, allowing ourselves to be naive and not feel guilty about it. And we are actually causing more imbalance in our lives and not taking our care of ourselves as well, and causing delays through this process, right? So we aren't in a we're not in a transformation energy. That's not what the ocean card's talking about, right? But we're still trying to build that awareness for the bigger picture, the grander piece, the one drop in the ocean, right? Amongst the whole ocean. The one drop is still part of the ocean, is still is the ocean, has all the energy of the ocean, and then returns to the bigger whole of the ocean, right? At the same time. But we feel very delayed and oblivious and kind of lost in the second quarter here because we are not balanced in our lives right now. Let's see, anything else here? Definitely going to be a tough energy to be in for sure for this second quarter here. But again, there is free will here, so it can be, this is probably the extreme of that energy for what I'm describing. So it could be a lot less, but there's just going to be some kind of general confusion and imbalance here in our second quarter for you, Taurus. So keep this owl perception in mind, right, from our first quarter here. Keep that in mind because the owl's eyes do see clearly what is ahead and what is coming for you. So you do have an idea, right? But you're still working through and moving through. That's kind of what that earthworm energy is talking about with our bottom row here coming through. It's that slow movement, that slow progression. Maybe you don't know the path you are on, but you know your final goal. So the owl knows the final end goal here, and the earthworm's trying to get to it, but it can't see. The owl sees at a higher level, in a higher vision, and a higher state than the earthworm does. So just keep this energy in mind as you're working through the second quarter here, right? We'll end up rebalanced with that free will energy, that movement, and that's determination, right? So something I can always say for a Taurus, right, is that stubbornness, that determination. You guys are also, as a Taurus energy, y'all are very slow moving, which is kind of mirrored in this energy as well, right? With that slow moving earthworm. Slow to change, but once you guys set your mind to something, y'all set your mind to something, you're going to do it. So let us move into our third quarter here now and see how this progresses. So, Wild Unknown, please give me the third quarter card for our Taurus for 2022. Oop. That fell way over there. I'll have to grab that. Let's see. See my hair there. Sorry. Oh, yay. Okay. That is good. That is good. That is exactly what I want to see. Okay, now let us get our clarifying card for the sun for third quarter, our summer energy here, right? Clarifying card for Taurus for third quarter 2022, the sun, please. Ooh, black egg. Ooh, okay. So, Taurus, we figured it out here, right? So we finally come out of the dark and the dirt through that earthworm energy into the sun. Yay, 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 yay. Okay, that's very good. You also received the black egg here, which is one of the spirit cards in the animal spirit deck. It's not part of the usual range, one of the normal elements and one of the animals. It's a whole separate card. So let's take a look at this third quarter here. But this is, I'm very, very happy to see this after this difficult kind of first half of the year here. We come into some really good energy in the last half. So Taurus, our third quarter energy here, great to see, right? So our sun card, that is that like energy, that vitality, that happiness, right? So again, I'm super happy to see it after the kind of difficult bit of the first year here. Our black egg card is talking about like our personal interior truth, right? And speaking the truth. It is representative of the fifth chakra, so that's our throat chakra, and that process of discovery. So that's kind of what this previous quarter here was referring to a little bit for this discovery in ourselves and the movement forward to find our truth and find ourselves being able to speak this black egg energy, right? So we've come to this big realization process, this connection to this higher community, this bigger community, the ocean being that drop in the ocean, that bigger whole, right? And feeling that life and vitality in that sun card, right? So very, very strong energy. The summer is going to kind of be a big piece for you, right? Because this is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September right here. So that kind of start in July, right? So you're going to have a lot of interactions that are going to make you very, very happy and joyful for that sun energy. You're going to be expressing yourself more freely, probably than you have in a long time with this black egg energy here, right? Really connecting to yourself and your energy and your happiness on a deeper level, which is really good to see after the struggle, right? After our process and feeling too sensitive and too much and being out of balance with ourselves, we come back and figure it out and are speaking our truth and enjoying ourselves and our vitality and our life at the same time here, really connecting with that like life force energy at a bigger level. So that's really, really exciting to see here. Let's see if we have anything else here. So it feels like we've found our inner truth, right? So that like that like black egg energy is that like inner truth process and that movement forward in it, right? And this just it's going to bring so much joy and happiness and vitality back into your life because you feel like you get it finally, right? That light bulb went off in your brain, that light bulb moment came, this like burst in the sun, right here, right? So it's like ping, we figured it out. It makes sense. We've gone through it. We are much more aware than we ever have before and can enjoy that in this third quarter here. So let us see what is our last quarter energy, the end of 2022. Okay, back to the tarot. Wild Unknown, please give me the last quarter card for Taurus for 2022. Oh, that was fast. That's upright at me, so we'll put it like that. That is our Seven of Cups. That's another good one. Yay. But a little bit of choice energy there, too. Okay. Clarification card, please, on the Seven of Cups for Taurus for last quarter of 2022. Clarification card, please, for Seven of Cups. Thank you. Panther. Okay. So our last quarter here, Taurus, we come into the Seven of Cups energy, right? Clarified by the Panther. So our Seven of Cups, not a bad card. It's a pretty card. I like seeing it just visually, but the Seven of Cups talks about all these different choices and aspects and different things. Each of these cups in the original Rider-Waite imagery is filled by something different. And we have this overindulgence, too much energy that comes out of it, kind of tricking ourselves with illusions and getting lost, right? However, you are clarified by the Panther energy, right? So this Panther energy is a very ferocious, fierce energy, and the Panther does not take kindly to fools. Is kind of what's coming into mind. So I see in my mind's eye, I'm seeing this panther knocking over these cups, right? Like just like hitting it with its massive paws, knocking them over because you did so much. You came to this huge realization, this huge peace, this massive amount of happiness and energy and vitality this third quarter here. And you are not going to let yourself get distracted. You are not going to let yourself falter. With the Seven of Cups energy, there's these other temptations and these other things that are trying to grab your attention. However, you are sitting in this Panther energy here that is not going to allow any of that to happen. You are not going to stray. You are not going to come off of the path that you are trying to stay on here. It's going to feel very it's kind of going to feel like a little bit of like an explosive end of the year here, right? Because Panther is really going. You're in this process with this Panther energy to really like purge a lot of things in your life and doing it in a very deliberate, maybe kind of destructive, but in a positive way, right? So it's like something that does not serve you. You feel it does not fit into this black egg sun energy that you've discovered is going to be hit out of your life, like smacked out, right, by that Panther energy, taken out very, very rapidly, because it does not serve you, does not change anything, it does not give you that higher purpose, that higher calling, it does not speak to your truth of this black egg energy here, right? So you're doing it potentially in a very destructive way, but when the dust settles and the smoke clears, right after this kind of destruction process, you'll realize that all that's left is what actually matters. You're taking out 5 of these 7 cups, right, and you're left with 2 that actually are the important ones to you, the ones that actually matter to you. So that's going to be a very important piece, right? So we come full circle, right, with this ocean energy and realizing our bigger piece of the whole, our bigger unconscious awareness and reality that we're living in and connecting back, right? So we just finished out with this Panther energy here, right? Reconnecting us to that ocean, like where it's the destruction of that ego. We always have an ego because we're human beings, right? But it is the control of the ego and control of the things that are controlling the things that shouldn't matter to us and taking them out of our lives if necessary, through this big powerful energy, this destructive hurricane, tsunami kind of ocean energy, this massive Panther, right, knocking these cups out of your hand, right? You're holding too many cups, holding all 7 of these cups, and I just see this big Panther coming out and not swiping at you, right? And you drop 5 of the ones that don't actually matter and you're left with the 2, right? So really just getting down to our core, figuring out this small bit of ourselves in this larger picture, right? And drilling down to what actually matters to us. So it's a big important energy and a big change for you, Taurus. But it's going to be worth it, right? You again in this third quarter, you come to this massive realization, this massive energy that's going to last you a long time through many, many years beyond just 2022 here. It's going to be a bit of a struggle, it feels like, in 2022, that be first half of the year. But again, there's free will here. You have the choice for how you handle things, for how you interact with your world and your space and others. So you can mitigate this as much as possible, but you do by being aware, right, and really diving into this ocean depth, this unconsciousness, and really figuring yourself out. And then maybe you can get to this third quarter sun black energy, egg energy sooner. It'll come sooner in the year for you if you work through this as fast as possible with as much awareness as possible, right? And then after that point, once you hit this energy here, it's going to be about maintaining and being very brutally honest with yourself and with others for what actually matters to you and is important to you, and sticking to that with this Panther energy, okay? So, Taurus, that is all I have for you. It's going to be a little bit of a turbulent 2022 for you, but I believe in your strength. You are very strong as that Taurus energy, so you'll be able to handle this for sure, I know. It's going to be maybe happening a little bit faster than you might like, as that Taurus slow moving earth energy here. But that's bringing that a little bit more fire in, right? So our Panther and our Sun energy here, bring that little bit more fire in, move a little bit faster than usual, because you'll want to get out of this energy sooner rather than later, because it is worth it. So that's all I have for you, Taurus. I hope you have a wonderful 2022. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below if this video was helpful to you. Please leave a comment if you come back to this reading and tell me about each of the quarters as they're progressing for you. I'd be very, very curious to hear. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.